How's it going, guys? Just doing a little build breakdown on my new build that I just got. It is a SAX24. I just won this at our local hobby shop, and during the micro comp I actually won a Mofo RC Mini XT printed LCG chassis, and thought we would just throw it together. This is how we have it set up at the moment, just to run this body. Like this little mini riser there. Here's the battery. Takes the small 400. But yeah, here's the Mini XT. It's a printed LCG chassis with a carrier bearing setup. Three drive lines, ultimate clearance in the rear, as you can tell. This chassis was designed for a revolver up front, but with a little modification of the battery tray and bending of the motor wires, I was able to fit the stock motor and receiver inside this build with stock shock. So everything off of the stock RTR. I had a spare drive line in my parts bin. Also the spare transmission to get the bearings and the shaft. But other than that, this thing's been solid. Really fun build to build. It was really easy. I watched the Mofo RC how-to video on YouTube and followed the instructions. Were very clear and easy to build. I also had a spare EMAX servo that I just threw on with some diff covers. And the Little Guy Racing gold hardware kit came in handy. This rig is actually really balanced so far. It's one of my more narrow rigs that I own. Super excited to give it a test out. It feels really nice. Just a simple body. I wanted to have it look stockish in a way, like a stretched trail rig. So you got the rear clearance to fall off without touching, and you got the front to be able to go over anything really. I have 14% overdrive in the front. I have a Trill 214 worm gear. Stock motor again, like I was saying. Just got these new Injora modular wheels with some flub inserts, and threw on some Little Guy Racing claw hammers. This thing's pretty fun. Drove it a few times today. Had a really nice time with it. Some cool breakovers. So we want to take it out to our cool spots out at Knight's Ferry and give it a full rundown and maybe test it with a couple of the other builds. But this is my second carrier bearing build. The first one is the Gladius XL. This is also a 155 millimeter wheelbase build, so it's a Gladiator. Actually, it is a Super Bolt, so it's deadbolt front, Gladiator links in the rear. They are printed links, but these really printed links are actually really strong. They do not use eyeballs or eyes inside of the Lincoln like the normal links do. These are actually printed a little bit thicker, and the screw actually is the pivot ball inside, which makes the outside edge really thick, which I was really happy with because that's usually the weak point on these guys. But everything's on this thing is pretty forward skid based. Super excited to run this thing. But that's the build breakdown on the Mofo Mini XT. Give you guys another look of it without the cage. It's really nice. Sits really low without the body. I was thinking about just running this build without a body also. What do you guys think? But there's a lot of clearance. There's that 400 battery in there for reference. For those bottom rear links. Really fun build to build. Again, the Mini Mofo XT. The XT stands for, I guess, extra traction or something. But it's the longer one. They do make a short wheelbase style one. So make sure if you want a short wheelbase or a long wheelbase, make sure you get the correct one that you would like. But other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. And that's the build breakdown on the Mini XT build. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and follow for more videos. I'm going to be posting more videos on here lately. Got a few other builds I want to break down and give you guys a show for. But you guys have a great weekend.